Hello YouTube, coming at you with another video from the Deception Stoppers. Oh, okay, as this title says, we're going to be talking about tampering with records here. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and read a definition. I have a couple of definitions here pulled up, stating what the meaning of tampering with records is, and the ramifications for engaging in such criminal activity. Okay, so here we're looking at Law Writer Ohio laws and rules. So let's go ahead and start off with these definitions before we get into the meat and potatoes of this whole video. Alright, so 2913.42, that's the statute. Okay, that's the statute for tampering with records. Now, let's start from the beginning. A. No person knowing the person has no privilege to do so, and with the purpose to defraud, or knowing the person is facilitating a fraud, shall do any of the following: falsify, destroy, remove, conceal, alter, deface, or mutilate any writing, computer software, data, or record. Utter any writing or record, knowing it to have been tampered with, as provided in Division A1 of this section. B. Whoever violates this section is guilty of tampering with records, except as provided in Division B4 of this section. If the offense does not involve data or computer software, tampering with records is whichever of the following is applicable. If Division B2 of this section does not apply, a misdemeanor of the first degree. If the writing or record is willed unrevoked at the time of the offense, a felony of the fifth degree, except as provided in Division B4 of this section. If the offense involves a violation of Division A of this section involving data or computer software, tampering with records is whichever of the following is applicable, except as otherwise provided in Division B, 3B, C, or D of this section, a misdemeanor of the first degree. If the value of the data or computer software involved in the offense or the loss to the victim is $1,000 or more and is less than $7,500, a felony of the fifth degree. If the value of the data, computer software involved in the offense or the loss of the victim is $7,500 or more and is less than $150,000, a felony of the fourth degree. If the value of the data or computer software involved in the offense or the loss to the victim is $150,000 or more, or if the offense is committed for the purpose of devising or executing a scheme to defraud or to obtain property or services, and the value of the property or services or the loss to the victim is $7,500 or more, a felony of the third degree. If the writing, data, computer software, or record is kept by or belongs to a local, state, or federal government entity, a felony of the third degree. Okay, so this what you're going to see here. What I'm going to show you today is this right here. What I just read, number 4, is it applies to that. Namely, okay, if the writing, data, computer software, record is kept by or belongs to a local, state, or federal governmental entity. You see that there? You see that? Or a federal governmental entity. Okay, this is what you guys about to see. What other definitions do we have here? Tampering with records. Tampering with evidence or evidence tampering is an act in which a person alters. Evidence tampering is an act in which a person alters. I'm going to read it one more time. Evidence tampering is an act in which a person alters, conceals, falsifies, or destroys evidence with the intent to interfere with an investigation, usually by a law enforcement, governmental, or regulatory authority. It is a criminal offense in many jurisdictions. Tampering with evidence is closely related to the legal issue of spoliation of evidence, which is usually the civil law or due process version of the same concept, but may accept but may itself be a crime. Tampering with evidence is also closely related to obstruction of justice and perverting the course of justice, and these two kinds of crimes are often charged together. The goal of tampering with evidence is usually to cover up a crime. Let me read that again. The goal of tampering with evidence is usually to cover up a crime. Let me read that one more time for those of you who have ADHD. What is it? ADHD. Let me read that again. The goal of tampering with evidence is usually to cover up a crime. Okay, so what we're talking about here today isn't bullshit. There's no bullshit. I ain't got time to be making videos, making shit up, talking about bullshit. I ain't got time for that. Okay, this is a serious situation. Okay, another definition here. Criminal tampering law and legal definition. Criminal tampering is generally defined as when a person having no right to do so nor any reasonable ground to believe that he has such right tampers with property of another person with intent to cause substantial inconvenience to such person or to a third party. Let me read that again. The intent to cause substantial inconvenience to such person or to a third person. For example, such tampering may involve connection with property of a gas, electric, sewer, steam, or... Okay, I'm not going to read all that. So we are clear on the definition of tampering with records. We understand the ramifications for tampering with records. We know what that means. Tampering with records, altering records. Now, oh wait, you know what? I forgot to pull something up here. I just remembered something. Let me pull something up here for you guys. Where is it? Did I pull that up? Wait, hold on. Okay, we got that. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. All right. So now let me see where we're gonna start at. We're gonna start here because this is where the tampering record started at. Now, we all know what a bankruptcy is, right? Everyone should know what a bankruptcy is. So if you guys have watched, been following all these videos that we've been making here, you guys understand my situation. You understand this whole thing, so it shouldn't be a mystery by now. If this is the first video you've come to, you need to really go back and watch the very first video. Otherwise, you're going to be confused and you're not going to understand the situation. Now, basically, we all understand that these people are engaging in corrupt activity, organized crime, down here in Columbus, Ohio. Okay? Now, all of this criminal activity stemmed from a divorce. Exactly. It stemmed from a divorce. It got real nasty because the divorce wasn't nasty. Nobody was really emotional. It wasn't me or my wife. It was mainly the lawyers and the judges because they wanted that money. Okay. When they got caught and when I wasn't really going along with them and I realized what they were trying to do, then they turned up the heat and they got more aggressive. They got more stupid and arrogant. Okay. So what happened was they didn't do what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to issue me spousal support because my wife makes a significant amount of money. I should have been getting spousal support and child support because I don't take care of my kids. I've been a primary caretaker of my children ever since they were born. okay, before they ripped them away from me. Now, this bankruptcy here, okay, I had to file bankruptcy. I had to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy. They pretty much forced me, the domestic court down in Columbus, Ohio, pretty much forced me to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. How did they do that? Because they kept imposing all these costs on me. They had this guardian ad litem. I was paying her every month. Okay, it just got real bad to the point to where I didn't have any more money. I couldn't pay for all this stuff. And my brother started helping me out. So I had to file bankruptcy on top of the bills, the rent, car note, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff, my business expenses and all that. I had to file bankruptcy. Now, what happened, this is what happens. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys if you don't know. If you are named in a lawsuit, any type of action brought upon you, you know, it can even divorce. Divorce is considered a lawsuit. If you are subpoenaed to court, you can get out of that by filing bankruptcy. If you file bankruptcy, the case can be stayed. And this is what happened. And what happens when you file bankruptcy, if you're in divorce court and you go file bankruptcy, anything regarding financial monies, what have you, anything dealing with money. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on for a second. Anything, thanks. Anything dealing with financials, money, that domestic court no longer has jurisdiction. Okay? That domestic court, or whatever court you're in, no longer has jurisdiction over the finances. So these people down at the domestic court, they were trying to steal my marital property, been milking my wife for her money because my wife is wealthy. So you know, we know how lawyers work. We know how they work. We know how greedy they are, and you know how deceptive they are. They were basically milking her, telling her, "Oh, we gonna do this, we gonna do that," lying to her. You know, because my wife, she doesn't know the law. She doesn't understand the law. She's not from here. She wasn't born here. I mean, even if she was born, a lot of American citizens don't understand the law. Okay, so they know that, and they will capitalize off of that. They see that you don't know the law, and they say, okay, he's easy to be manipulated, and wow, and look, they got so much money, I'm about to milk them. So they try to steal my marital property. Okay. They needed me to sign off on the marriage. Now, like I said, if this is the first time that if this is the first video you're watching on this channel, you really need to cut it off and go back and start from the beginning, because you're not going to understand it. You're not going to understand what's going on. So basically, they needed me to sign off, because once I sign off on the marriage, that's it. That's all assets, whatever, anything that you agreed to, all that stuff is done. Once you sign on it, there's no going back. That's it. And they needed me to do something like that. They needed me to settle out of court. They needed me to sign off that marriage completely. They were unsuccessful. It didn't work. Okay. Once I filed bankruptcy, it put a wrench in their shit. It really fucked their shit up. You know, because like I said before, they no longer have jurisdiction over financials. Okay. We ain't come to no agreement. I ain't split up my wife. We ain't split up nothing, no assets or whatever. And now the federal court, the bankruptcy court, has jurisdiction over that. So look, anytime, let me tell you, remember, if you guys have watched that video when I was talking about Todd Sidoti, he did that. When he was named in a lawsuit, he filed Chapter 13 as a tactic. He actually filed bankruptcy in bad faith. He filed Chapter 13, and that wasn't even his first bankruptcy. I think he filed bankruptcy like 4 times. He filed that as an attempt, as a tactic to get out of litigation. Okay? Well, that's speculation. No, it's not speculation. He did that because you can just look at the pattern of what he did. He filed. He wasn't responding. He wasn't. He didn't respond. His lawyer didn't respond. And then when we put in our motion to get relief from that stay, they abused the process. They were playing around, forcing us to take him off of the case. That's what they did. Because originally they tried to stay our case for like 5 years. They can do that. It's possible. If the case is stayed in its entirety, that is. But anyway, back to this. I don't want to digress too much. So I ended up filing bankruptcy. Now, as you can see here, I filed, it was let me see, last year in August 11th. This is the stamp. Okay, this is the stamp down at the domestic court. Now, let me tell you, these people are very corrupt down there. This woman, one of the clerks, I mean, they do this every day. They understand the rules and procedures. They know what to do down there. When I took this paper here, this paper, when you file bankruptcy, they will give you these papers and they will tell you at the bankruptcy court, you need to tell all of your creditors, you need to give this document, you need to give to all your creditors. And once the creditors see that, they will know what that is. They will not, when you give them this, when they get this, they understand that this is a bankruptcy, and anything that you owe to them or whatever, they have to stay that. They have to stay it. Which means they can't do anything. They can't send you letters in the mail. They can't send you bills. They have to put all that stuff on hold until this bankruptcy is taken care of. Okay. Now, me and my brother went down to the domestic court, and we took this paper down here, and we tried to file it onto the domestic case. This woman sat up there and told us that, well, you guys have to create a hearing. You don't have to create no hearing. What are you talking about? You don't have to create no hearing for a bankruptcy. What are you talking about? Organized crime again. Organized crime. Organized crime. I don't want to hear, well, maybe she didn't know. No, this is your job. You guys know. You don't create a hearing for some bankruptcy stay. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't create hearings for that. You don't do that. That's not what you do. Once you get the paper and it's filed onto the case, the courts are notified that there's a suggestion of stay, and they can't do shit. They gotta make the case inactive. That's what they gotta do. So this woman down here tried to tell us that we had to create a hearing. Lied. And told her that no, that's not what you do. We didn't give her a hard time. We got it recorded. So she slapped the stamp on there. She finally put the stamp on there. And let's look at this date. Pay attention to this date. 2017, August 11th. This is the day. Well, I didn't file bankruptcy on that day. It was a different day. It was a different day. But this is the day that we went down there and put it on the case. Okay. Now, wait, let me see. A bankruptcy case concerning debtors listed below was filed under Chapter 7 of the United States Bankruptcy Code. Enter on I see. At 20. Okay, so it was on 11. Okay, so we went down there. We went down there the same day. Yeah, we went down there the same day. So this was the day that it was filed. Okay, look, I filed this on the 11th. Look at that. So look. You see this? Pay close attention to this. You see this stamp right here? The stamp is here. This is the stamp that they put on there. Okay? Again, this is the stamp, clerk of courts, down there in the domestic court. Alright? Look, pay close attention. This was filed. This bankruptcy was filed 10:57 a.m. We went down there 2:57. You see that? Pay close attention. You see this? This is a bankruptcy document. Okay, this is a bankruptcy document. This is a bankruptcy document. I'm repeating myself because there are people that they have ADHD, they don't pay attention, and they don't understand. They can pay close attention, So what this is, what you seeing, so you'll be like, whoa, that's what this. Nah, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If, ands, and buts about this. You about to see what tampering with records is. You see this? This is the document for bankruptcy. Now, check this out. Look at this. Same document. What do you see here in this document? Same document. Look. You see this? Look at this. Look. Same document. You see that? Look at it. Just look at it for a minute. What do you see? What do you see on this document that I don't see? You guys should be able to see this. I'm gonna blow this up a little bit. Look at this document for a minute, and you tell me what you can see, what I can't see. Okay? This is the timestamp. You see? This is the timestamp that shows that this is when they put that in the system. You see that? Now, this is missing. Remember that stamp right here? You see that? That's missing. Why isn't it? Why is that stamp not there? Well, maybe it just. Well, maybe they were carrying it outside in the rain, and maybe it just smeared it off. Why would they take this? Why? I mean, it's clean. Okay, it's clean. You can look at it. There is no stamp on there. Now, you explain to me why the stamp is not. You explain to me how that stamp came off there. You explain to me how that stamp came off there. Explain to me why it's not on there, and why would someone take it off? Now, remember that definition that I just read at the beginning of the video. Altering with documents. Altering with documents. Documents belonging to federal. This is a federal document. Look at it. This is a federal document. They remove. Look now. Let me explain to y'all why they do this. Let me explain to you. They have to. Anytime you file bankruptcy and you let your creditors know, they have to acknowledge it. If they don't acknowledge it and they keep sending you stuff thinking that they're going to still bring you into court, you can sue them. Let me repeat. If your creditors don't acknowledge this bankruptcy, okay, and it was filed and they still sending you stuff telling you, hey, we want our money, or you going to court, or blah blah blah, whatever, you can sue them. Because that's a violation of the stay. So these people down here at this domestic court, first of all, remember I told you that woman, she tried to tell us that we had to create a hearing, which was a lie. They probably told her to do that, or she was probably trying to help them because it was getting close to trial time. They took this thing off here. Look. Now remember, look at this date. I filed this. This was filed on the 11th. They stamped it on the 11th. Okay? They stamped it on the 11th. Now, they came over here to cover this up, and they erased this off. They probably put like a piece of paper here and zero copy to remove that stamp because it's too clean. It's the same document. Okay? They went on ahead and removed this, and then they put their stamp on the top saying that they got it on the 31st of August at 1:35 p.m. Let me repeat that again. They went on ahead and took this stamp off here and put their own stamp up here. Well, this anytime something is filed onto the case, this has to be put on a document. It says they received this document August 31st, 135. That's a lie. They didn't receive it. They received it on the 11th. This is evidence. I didn't put this on there. This ain't me. I didn't put that on there. So why the hell would they do that? Why would they do that? To cover it up. To cover this up. They covered this up. They didn't want us. They didn't want to acknowledge this because, again, they no longer have jurisdiction over assets. That money they were trying to steal no longer have jurisdiction over that. No longer have jurisdiction over that. Okay? So they went on ahead and took that off. Now we went back down there because we are very diligent. We pay close attention to everything. We went back down there to address this. And one of the guys, I can't remember the guy's name. I wouldn't even say his name on video anyway. But he said Dorsey did it. He said Dorsey did it. And then he gonna state that, oh, well, maybe she was just trying to help you. How the hell she was trying to help me? Huh? How was she trying to help me by removing this damn stamp and placing their own stamp up here lying to say that they got it on 31st? Why would she help? How is that helping me? I'm the one they're trying to steal from. I'm the victim here. So why are they trying to why are they trying to help me? That doesn't make any sense. This is altering. You see that? This is altering. You don't do that. That's tampering with records. That's what that is. That's a crime. It's a federal crime. This is who Dorsey is right here. If you guys have seen these videos, been following these videos, you know, you've seen this photo before. This is Dorsey. Her name is Kim Dorsey. She's the bailiff of Judge Kim Brown here. Administrative judge, bailiff, both criminals. Okay, maybe they, maybe it's okay for them because they down there working. They work for the court. They work for the state. Maybe it's okay to tamper with records. Maybe they get a slap on the wrist for it. I don't know, but that's clearly tampering with records. Now, let's look at some other things here. This I'm gonna show you what happened. So look at this docket here. Look at this docket. See these strike dates here? Check this out. Look. So this is the trial. This is the trial here. September 1st. Look. First trial date. You see that? You see how close that is? 31st. Look. Look at that. They striked all of our. Well, you can't see them here. This is just saying that this is when they striked all those dates. We had like six trial dates, and they were like a couple. I think they were all in September. So they were all happy. Say, oh, trial was next month. You see, they strike the dates because of this bankruptcy. If it wasn't for this bankruptcy, they wouldn't have been able to do that. They striked all the dates. And then they went on ahead and put in, what is that? Oh, that was on the 31st, right? That same day that they tampered with the record, same day, they put notice of bankruptcy, suggestion of stay on the 31st. It should have been earlier than that. And then terminate case. Terminated. They terminated. On the 31st, they did all this shit the same day, terminated the damn case, and then said notice of final appealable order. Like we went to trial, and there's there has been a legitimate order issue, which has not. There's not even a damn decree. There's an order out from the only order out right now is from that magistrate judge when he basically gave full custody to my wife unlawfully. unlawfully, illegally. Okay, and they try to say notice of final appealable order. We ain't appealing that shit because that's illegal. That's illegal. So look what they did. They terminated the case the same day. And then if you go back into the case, let's go back to the case. If you go back into the case, I'm going to show you guys something. Let's go Columbus, Ohio. Domestic docket. Let me see. Hold on for a second, guys. Here it is. Okay. All right. So you see these two cases here? This one is a civil case and one is a domestic case. So this first one, let me see, which one is it? Oh, so 16DR here. This is the domestic case, divorce case. Okay. Now, let's look at this docket here. So let's see. I think let me see, was it 11/31st? I'm trying to find it because this. Oh. Okay, yeah. That's enough. That's enough. So now it says that it's inactive right now. Okay. Why they did that, for whatever reason, I have no idea. But it's in the case is inactive. They said originally it was terminated, but now it's inactive. Okay, so it's a shame that they're doing this. That they did this. They got caught in their tracks. They lost jurisdiction, and they were scrambling around like roaches on the same day. Did all this stuff, terminated the case on the 31st, tampered with the record on the 31st. They striked all the dates on the 31st. They did all this on the same day, scrambling like roaches because they ain't never been in a situation before. They ain't know what to do. They just back and forth doing all this crazy stuff. They got outsmarted. That's what happened. Trying to steal money from somebody they don't know. Trying to steal money from somebody they know nothing about. That's stupid as hell. That's really stupid. And then we have this here. Check this out. This is concerning FBI here. Contact your local FBI field office to report incidents of hate crimes, excessive force, or other constitutional violations by persons acting as law enforcement officials or public officials. Let me read that again. I'm not going to read the other ones because this is not really in regards to those other ones. Excessive force or other constitutional violations by persons acting as law enforcement officials or public officials. So if you find yourself in any of these situations, you contact the FBI. They give you the phone number and everything. Contact your local FBI field office to report incidents. Okay? Now, we did that. We went down there. And this is what, look at this. This is what they do. This is what we get. We try to exhaust everything, try to exercise our rights, okay, and try to go to places that were put in place for the citizens. And this is what we get. Look at this. Look at this shit. So you don't deal with those matters? What is that? So it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. Because they probably just don't understand how we caught them. They don't understand how it was possible to be caught. But if you look at what all they did, this shit, you don't have to be a genius to figure it out. This shit was sloppy. It was sloppy. All over the place. All over the place. All these people need to be locked up. I want to see somebody's ass get thrown in prison. I want to see some I want to go to the indictment. Hell, I want to visit them when they get thrown in prison. I want to visit them on their birthdays. I want to visit them on Christmas Day, give them Christmas presents. I want to see a lot of these people get locked the fuck up. Like seriously, because this is, let me engage, let one of the citizens, one of the regular citizens not working for these people, the feds or whatever, let us do some shit like this. Let me get a fucking copy machine and fucking making money orders or some shit, or forging people's documents, and see what they do to me if I get caught. Let me alter some documents, just like how this bitch did, and I get caught, and you see what they do to me. My ass is, I'm gonna be held to the fire. They gonna throw my ass in jail. That's what's gonna happen. So you guys got a fucking job to do. Do your job and go lock these bitches up. That's what y'all need to do. This ain't bullshit. I wish I was making this shit up, but this is tangible evidence. You looking at it with me right now. You looking at it. This ain't no, oh, you crazy, you need to be psychologically evaluated. Nah. Look at this shit. Look at it. But anyway, that's going to conclude this video. And this is just more evidence to show you guys how corrupt these people are down in Columbus, Ohio. Don't fuck with them. Don't go file a divorce. You better do a dissolution. That's what you better do. Don't fucking file a divorce. Don't bring them in. Don't bring them in on your shit in your business. You better file a dissolution or your ass is grassed. They gonna try, especially if you got assets. If you got money, yeah, you gonna be in for a big surprise. A lot of corrupt activity gonna be going on. But anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for viewing, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.